you've heard about these indictments against Hunter Biden on gun charges and possession. It could land him in the slammer at the most extreme, up to 25 years, unlikely as it is. Now a move afoot to see if they can expand charges against the president's son. At the same time, Republicans are moving very quickly, expanding an impeachment probe of their own. John Yoo is with us right now, the former Deputy Assistant Attorney General, former Justice Thomas Law Clerk, UC Berkeley Law Professor, and here in the flesh. And I can tell you, has an upper and a lower torso. It's good to see you.
I'll go anywhere for a real Italian piece of pizza.
How are you? Well, what do you make, first off, of the timing this past week of the gun charges on Hunter Biden? And many people say, all right, David Weiss, a little late, but now you got to keep expanding this.
Seems to me he's doing it to show that he's independent. He was just appointed special counsel a few weeks ago. A lot of people have been saying he's the wrong guy for the job because he's responsible for how long and slow the investigation was and that sweetheart plea deal that eventually got thrown out.
But a lot of people are also coming around and say, well, better late than never.
Yeah. He wants to show some progress. He wants to show, look, the investigation is going somewhere. But it's important to realize the handgun charges have nothing to do with all the other things that are really in the public interest, like getting to the bottom of, was there any kind of bribery? Why are foreign governments and companies giving so much money to Hunter Biden? Did that money come into Hunter and then get spread out even to the point where it got to Joe Biden? What did Joe Biden do and what was he involved with? This has nothing to do with
Do we ever know, John, we certainly know Republicans who have been pushing this impeachment probe are looking into bank records and stuff like that. I'm just wondering whether you think David Weiss is in this case, or you know, if he was late getting to this, could he be on top of this because now he's an independent counsel? He's got to look like he's doing something.
Yeah, the way to think of it is they're now in a race. The House is kind of in a foot race with the special counsel. The special counsel started ahead. It has a lot more, at least at the beginning, more information and has a lot more prosecutors on the job. But the House is where we've seen all this new information from Hunter Biden's business associates, more details.
How do we know Weiss doesn't have that?
He might have it, but it doesn't seem like he does.
Then who gets first dibs on getting all of this?
This is really complicated, and actually the Congress and the special counsel really have to fight over it. You could see, for example, witnesses saying, I'm not cooperating with Congress because I'm under subpoena from the special counsel. I don't want to. This happened many times in the past with the Reagan investigations, Iran-Contra, where witnesses will come up to Congress and say, I won't testify because I might get indicted for the things I say by the special counsel. So you're going to see the special counsel and the House in this kind of race to try to get the information first, to get to the witnesses first. Now, one thing that Congress has, people haven't noticed this yet, that the special counsel will really not like, is that the House could grant immunity to witnesses. They could say, Archer, you come tell the whole story in public, and we'll give you immunity, and you could never be prosecuted. This could be an important tool that the House could use to really get to the bottom of what's been going on with Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, especially as we move towards an impeachment investigation, not just oversight into whether the Justice Department's been doing its job properly.
Dumb question on my part, but there's millions of dollars in financial transactions involving Hunter, which I assume are rather easy to trace. I know some of these are foreign. I mean, we're talking about foreign governments and China, and I get that. It gets to be a little murkier trying to tie them to Dad, right? I mean, so how and what do they go about doing right now, looking at all the financial transactions? We're talking millions of dollars. In each case, some have it as high as $20 million over the years. I don't know what the accurate figure is, but explain that.
This is a really hard part of an investigation. It involves painstaking research because you've got to dig behind each account and find out who owned it. And then it sounds like from the whistleblower testimonies, there's like layer after layer of these kind of dummy corporations, we call them, which were only created to pass the money along. So,
but the enchilada is, for Republicans at least, is trying to link that to Joe Biden. They haven't done that yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't done that yet. You could say that's the whole purpose of the impeachment investigation in the first place. What they got to do is take in data about all these currency movements. It's almost like what we do with drug cartels and organized crime, and to see a pattern. Do we see money going into Hunter Biden's accounts and then going into these weird numbered accounts?
All right.
Any of them owned by Joe Biden? Are they paying for Joe Biden's expenses? Did they pay for that Corvette? Did they pay for that mansion?
Got it. John, so good seeing you, my friend. You've been a big help on so many legal issues here. We always enjoy having you. John, you on that.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.